A whole number dividing 70, 110, and 160 has 3 remainders. These 3 remainders have a sum of 50. What is this whole number? So first we need to go over the language a little bit. A whole number dividing. It doesn't say it divides by. It says it's dividing. It means that it's not 70, and this whole number I'll give A. It's not A divided by 70. It's 70 divided by A. All right, so it's 110 divided by A and 160 divided by A. This is something to make sure of. And we don't know anything about the quotients here. All we know that it's remainder, x, y, and z. And why I only write out the remainders is because we know that x plus y plus z is 50. So what do we get from this? Remember, the sum, so it's the exact same rule as last time. The sum of the remainders is the same as the remainder of the sum. So what is 70 plus 110 plus 160? That's 340. And 340 is still being divided by a, but this time the remainder is going to be 50, because we know that x plus y plus z equals 50. Well, if 340 divided by a has a remainder of 50, then what is the closest multiple of a that to 340 that's not over 340? Well, that would be, remember, this is one of the rules that we discussed in the first video, the lesson. 340 minus 50 is 290. So 290 divided by a is, there's no remainder. The remainder is 0, meaning that a is a factor of 290. So what are all the factors of 290? Well, there's 1 and 290, 2 and 145, 5 and 58, and 10 and 29. So these are all of the different factors of 290. Well, first, 1, 2, 5, and 10 are not possibilities for A because they're simply too small. Well, what about 290 and 145? Well, if this were to be divided by, 70, then it has to be at least less than 70. So 290 and 145 don't work. So now we have 58 and 29 left. Well, let's try 58, because since we now only have 2, it makes sense to try. So let's put this in, and let's see what's 340 divided by 58. Now let's look at 70, 110, and 160. So 70 divided by 58, right? That will give us a remainder of 12. 110 divided by 58. That will give us a remainder of 52. But that doesn't make sense because all of these added together has to equal 50. And if 52 is, already greater than 50, it can't add up to 50. Meaning that the possibility of A being 58 should be crossed out. So we don't even have to figure out 29 because it's the only option left. So 29 is our final